Hi you guys, it's me from the future. No, from the present technically, but I just want to give you all my little intro. I'm Chamira, Elaine, for those of you who are new. For those of you who are not new, thank you all so much for coming back and supporting everything I do here with my channel. By the time of this video, I am showing you all how I did my first sew-in with a closure. Okay, my little sister helped me a lot. She pretty much plucked her frontal, she dyed it, she did all of that, and it was just really my job to like sew everything and like glue everything down. So that's pretty much what this video is all about, and then I am gonna do a voiceover kind of explaining the process to you all and like what we kind of went through with all that. But I just wanted to just come on here because the video is sped up, so I didn't have time to really tell you all, you know, a little bit about what's going on. But give this video a thumbs up, make sure you're subscribed to my channel, and enjoy. So what you see me doing now is pretty much measuring the frontal to figure out, you know, where it'll line up. It was a little bit difficult because when I braided her hair, I realized that the part wasn't straight. So we were trying to line it up as accurately as possible. And then I just used like a color pencil to kind of mark it off so that when I start sewing, I know exactly how far back the frontal goes. I don't really have like a defined sewing method. If you know how to sew, I feel like you would know how to, you know, sew hair on. So I pretty much know how to sew, and I kind of just use the same sewing method. And I'm sewing in like a semicircle, half circle, I guess you can say, because you're going to see us cut the rest of the stocking cap off once everything is glued at the top. So I'm taking the Got2b glue and I'm kind of just putting it on her edges to make sure that the stocking cap actually sticks on, because that's where the frontal is going to be. So I'm putting a pretty decent amount on her edges, and then I'm also using the Got2b glue spray and spraying that on as well. And then we're going to use a blow dryer. We put it on the cool setting to make sure that it cools off and then it sticks in place. As you can see, I went in with a second coat. We just really wanted to be sure that the stocking cap was going to stick on and that it wasn't gonna lift up as soon as like I was done sewing it down. Just, you know, the longevity of it. So went in with a second coat of both and pretty much just doing the same thing. Now, this part was the hardest because we did not have the correct scissors. They were not sharp enough, because what you really want to do is you want to cut off the stocking cap, and what you want to make sure of is that you don't lift up everything that you just stuck down with the Got2b glued. So if you had sharp enough scissors, you will be able to do this, but we were struggling because our scissors were not sharp. So we was trying so hard not to like lift up the stocking cap and, you know, stuff like that. And then you'll also see that we're making sure that we're also measuring where the frontal will be to know, you know, how much we had cut off, if like we was on the right track. So now it's time to actually sew the frontal on. Again, I don't have like a distinguished sewing method. I just really know how to sew clothes. So, I mean, it's just not that hard for me to sew hair. So this part is pretty sped up. Now the reason why we're using a stocking cap is because it is a frontal. So if you want it to look as natural as possible, it's better if you use a stocking cap because it looks like your scalp. You see what I'm saying? So that's pretty much like the reason why we have the stocking cap. And when sewing on the frontal, the one thing that I can say is you really want to make sure that you're sewing it as tight as possible, because once you get to the other side, you don't want to, pull it or do that side tight and the other side not tight, because the frontal won't be straight. So it helps that she's kind of holding it in place and holding it where she wants her part to be. But make sure that when you're sewing it on pretty tight. Now that everything is sewn on, I am gonna go in and basically sew on this net. I've done a sew-in before, so I usually sew on this net before actually sewing on the hair. This is just to protect your natural hair. And then when I'm done sewing like this on, you just cut the excess off. I did get up close so you can kind of see my sewing method. I kind of, weave it through, and then I loop the thread around once or twice to kind of just solidify a knot. And then I'm gonna go in and start sewing the hair. This to me is the easy part. It did not take me long to literally sew the first bundle because my sister's head is so small. So she originally ordered like 3 bundles, but literally did not use all 3 bundles. I think we only used 2 because her head is so little. The camera cut off when when I finished at least sewing the rest of it. So I'm just going to show a picture and a little boomerang of how everything turned out. I hope this video is something that you enjoyed. Please give it a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to my channel. And I will be sure to see you all in my next video. Bye.